Ah, my children, come close. Let me tell you a tale of a father, a daughter, and a promise, a tale of wealth, wisdom, and the journey of the heart. This is a story that was told to me when I was a boy, and today, I will pass it on to you, so that you may learn from the choices of those who walked before us. It is called The Price of a Father's Promise. A long time ago, in a quiet village nestled among the rolling green hills of the Zulu kingdom, there lived a hunter named Malusi. He was a man of strong arms and a sharper mind, known for his skill with the spear and his ability to track even the most elusive prey. Yet, for all his strength, Malusi carried a burden deep in his heart. His wife had passed many seasons ago, leaving him with their only daughter, Thando. Thando, she was the kind of woman whose beauty was not just in her face, but in her kindness. She had a heart as wide as the river that gave life to their land. And so, when Thando came of age, Malusi made a promise, a father's promise. He swore he would find her a husband who could offer the highest bride price, a man whose wealth could ensure that she never suffered hardship. That was the way of things. A woman's marriage was not just about love but about security, about the pride of a father knowing his daughter would be well cared for. And so, the search began. Many suitors came. Oh yes, my children, they came in numbers. Strong warriors, rich merchants, even the son of a great chief, each bringing cows, gold, and fine cloth as an offering. But Malusi was not satisfied. More. He would say, Thando is worth more. He believed that love could be counted in riches, and so he waited for the man who would offer the most. Then one day, a stranger arrived in the village. He was not dressed in fine robes nor accompanied by a long line of servants. No. He wore a simple cloak, and his face carried the calm of a man who had seen much of the world. His name was Jobu. He came to Malusi and said, I have come to ask for Thando's hand. Malusi laughed. And what have you brought to offer? Jobu smiled and said, I bring no gold, no cattle, no riches of the world. Instead, I offer you something greater, a journey, a chance to see that the greatest wealth is not what you hold in your hands but what you carry in your heart. Malusi was insulted. Do you mock me, traveler? He spat. Do you think my daughter is worthless? But Jobu only shook his head. No, great hunter. I think she is priceless. And I will prove it to you. Come with me for 7 days, and if you do not see the truth in my words, I will leave, and you may have your riches. Curiosity got the better of Malusi. He agreed, and so their journey began. Jobu led Malusi deep into the forest and high into the mountains, to villages where men and women laughed even though they were poor, where love and community were the treasures that bound people together. He showed Malusi families who had all the riches in the world but lived in misery because their hearts were empty. He showed him a chief who had thousands of cows but sat alone every night because his greed had pushed away all who loved him. With each passing day, Malusi's heart grew heavy. He saw the truth he had been blind to. A father's duty was not just to secure his daughter's future in wealth, but in love, in happiness, in a life filled with joy and understanding. On the 7th day, Malusi and Jobu returned to the village. The hunter was silent, deep in thought. He looked at his daughter, and for the first time, he truly saw her, not as a prize to be traded but as a person with a heart that deserved to choose its own path. When the suitors gathered once more, Malusi raised his hand and said, "No more. My daughter is not for sale. She will marry the man of her choice, the man who values her heart above gold." There was shock, murmurs, but Thendo smiled. "And do you know who she chose, my children? She chose Jobu. Not because he was rich, but because he understood the value of love, of kindness, of a heart that beats in harmony with another. And so, they were married, not with the loudest drums or the grandest feast, but with the blessing of a father who had finally seen the truth. Malusi, my children, gained no gold, no cattle, no wealth. And yet, he was the richest man in all the land, for he had found wisdom, peace, and the joy of knowing his daughter was truly happy. And that, my children, is the price of a father's promise. A price not measured in wealth, but in love and understanding. May you remember this, always." The old man leans back, watching as the fire flickers in the wide eyes of his grandchildren. A knowing smile touches his lips. The lesson is learned. The story lives on. And my dear viewers, if this story has touched your heart, if you have learned something valuable today, do not let the lesson end here. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and share this wisdom with others. Tell me, what do you think is the greatest wealth? I would love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay wise, stay kind, and remember, true riches are found in love and understanding.